Let us talk about the EMI calculation. In this one, we are specifically talking about the compound interest calculation. And with the help of the loan amount and the rate of interest, how can we calculate the EMIs that we could pay each month? Here we have a spreadsheet, so we can utilize that. Here are three important elements. Okay, here is the Excel sheet. The first component is the principal loan amount, which is some amount that we are entering. Then we have the rate of interest. Here, the loan amount is the amount that we have received or borrowed from the bank or any institution. Then the rate of interest is the interest charged per annum on that amount. For example, they do it in terms of 10% per annum, 7% per annum. In this fashion, they provide the interest rate. Generally, it varies from 7% to 20% or 25%, depending on this. 7% is generally, we say, a bit low and good deal, and 20% is a bit higher. It is generally charged for personal personal loans. And the another element is the number of installments, number of monthly installments. With these three elements, with these three symbols as input, we can calculate the monthly installment amount. Here it is. For example, let us say we took a loan of 1 lakh rupees as a principal loan amount, and we have been charged 10% per annum, which means, and number of monthly installments, let us say we would be repaying this amount in 12 months. Then each month we need to pay a fixed EMI of 8,791 rupees. Here, this 10% generally means 10% per annum means 10 rupees per year for 100 rupees loan. And the same goes, like for 1 lakh rupees loan per year, we get 10,000 rupees as an interest. On the similar lines, we can say that here we are taking 1 lakh rupee loan, and we are, after 12 months, we are only paying extra other than this much, than 1 lakh, we are paying 5,499 rupees. So why this is? Why less of, why instead of 10,000, why are we only paying 5,500 here? It is because each month we are paying installment. That amount of, we do not need to pay that much of interest to the already paid amount. We'll see how we do that later in the simple calculation. So this is how we do the EMI calculation. First, we have the principal loan amount, then the rate of interest, and the installments. By increasing the loan amount, we can see how much we need to pay for. 3 lakh rupees, we need to pay 26,374 rupees. Similar fashion, we can go for 5 lakhs. What would be the interest? What would be the interest we will be paying, and what would be the extra money we are paying at the end of that year, and the monthly installment that we need to pay. For example, we took a loan of 5 lakh rupees. So how much EMI we are going to pay? It is about 44,000 per month to repay back. And in the end, at the end of the year, we are paying 27,495 rupees extra to the bank. Similarly, we can, if the interest rate is different in a different bank, we can compare. We can tweak with this this parameter, and we can see that if the nine if it is only 9%, instead of 44,000, it would come out to be somewhere around 43,700, and the interest we are paying to the bank is around 3,000, about 3,000 rupees difference if we have 3,000 9% per annum versus 10% per annum interest. And also we can, there is one more calculation about how about I extend this loan instead of just paying it in 12 months. How can I, what happens if I make move it to 24 months? Then there is a difference. So instead of paying 27,500 rupees as extra money to the bank, we are effectively paying after 24 months, we are paying around 53,700 rupees. This way, we are decreasing the monthly expense that we put on. It's not that since we are paying this extra money to the bank, please note that this extra money does not mean this is all the money that we are paying to the bank. We are paying this much, but if you note, 5 lakhs after 1 year, generally 5 lakhs if we say, and instead of giving us to the loan, 5 lakhs generally with a savings account generally creates 4% per annum interest. So effectively we are paying not actually this much, we are paying a bit less only as an interest rate, because we need to take care of that inflation or decrease in the value of the money over time. So this is how we tweak with this EMI calculation and arrive at a desired result, such as what is the EMI installment that we want to take, or the number of months we can prolong the installment, or the interest rate, how to bargain for the interest rate so that you could get some benefit, and what is the best principal loan amount that we can go for. These kinds of things can be done with this calculation, this part. Okay, this is about the calculation and with the formula. We are using this formula to calculate this. So if you are more into the exact calculation of this, you can go here and note. I have done one simple calculation here in this format. Okay, this is about with the formula, and let us do it without formula. If you just want to go just calculate this much, this only, you can just stop here. Otherwise you can go here for to understand what exactly is happening with the EMI. What happens if we pay more EMI, less versus less EMI, how interest rate is depending, how interest rate is uh, able to detect it. There is a simple calculation without formula. For we can go for the simplest case. Interest rate is 10% per annum, and there is a principal amount of 1 lakh rupees that we have borrowed from the bank. There is an interest rate per annum. Let us say at the start of a specific month, we have taken an EMI, and at the end of that month, for after 1 month, we need to start paying the EMI. After the first month, here is the first month at which we are paying installment amount. It's not going to be 1 lakh, 1 lakh, because the when the bank given us the money, after 1 month bank is starting to collect the money. So for that 1 month, we will be charged of 10% per annum interest rate, which means 10% per annum, meaning 10 by, it would be by 12 per month. So based on that, per month it would be by 12. With that calculation, we would come out to have an interest of 8,833 rupees per 1 lakh. So here is the total this is the principal plus EMI both. This is the whole amount that we borrowed. Till here you could see it is 10,000, 1 lakh rupees. Then this yellow one, it is interest that we are paying 800 uh, 833 rupees. So in total, we are having this much 833 rupees interest plus 1 lakh rupees. Of this 1 lakh rupees plus 833, we are paying 8,800 rupees as an EMI. So we are deducting that much in from this. So next time it would be till here only. From the next time it won't be this much. It will be decreasing by this much, this red amount. Plus interest rate would be different this time because we have our principal amount is different, because after paying 8,800 rupees we will be having a lesser amount, which is this one. And in that year we are paying around, so this would be somewhere like 9,200 rupees, of which we are paying again this red one 8,800 rupees we are paying as an EMI. If you notice, there is a difference in interest because our money is decreased. The amount of principal amount is decreased each month. Then we go for the next time, it would be here. We could see that we are having this red block deduction every time. Red block deduction every time this way, and also yellow is getting minimized every time because the interest is getting minimized every time we pay the interest. And this interest is based on this interest is calculated based on this whole amount. This much is the amount based for this yellow is the interest rate. Same goes on in this fashion. By the end of around 11th month, we have completely paid the interest, completely paid the money. In the 12th month, I think we do not need to pay anything because we need to pay, but after pay, after pay, we need to pay EMI here also, but we are paying actually more than the around 177 rupees more than the actual payment required at that time. So this is how it is decreasing over time. Amount of interest is decreasing over time. Here also, here we notice yellow bar. Yellow bar is here. It is noticeable. Over time, it is not noticeable because interest rate decreases over time. Here, this. Since interest rate decreases over time, it would be 5494 instead of 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees. So in the total, in effect, we are paying 1 lakh 5,494 rupees to the bank by the end of the year.